Powerful, indomitable Lionesses against the Carthage Eagles. Let's see which of them would have the upper hand tonight here in Casablanca. And so here we go. It is the indomitable Lionesses kicking off things pretty early here in Casablanca and giving us an indication that they have a huge task against the Tunisians, who definitely are going to count on the work rates of the forwards Algi and Iluji, and all the time you do have on the flanks Kabachi, Mame and Limiti are staying at the heart of midfield, and Chudi will be operating from wide left.
The Tunisians just really trying to match up in that central midfield, just being mindful of the double pivots that the Cameroonians have.
They always want to play slick and keep the balls among themselves, but of course it nearly was going to be a bit of a scare there, so this is going to be an opportunity, but it has to really be dealt with. The goalkeeper, Chaprani.
Certainly does, and this explains his passion coming through to assist the women's football team.
Cameroon setting things up early, trying to unsettle the Tunisians, trying to keep possession, putting on a bit of pressure. So there's a lovely piece of work there, there's a great turn, and they start to hit it, and they hit the front goal! Yes! It is the early start there for Cameroon!
Hey! That's what's up. Well orchestrated goal, just with Yako just turning the ball possession over, really threading it through to Joya, who has come through with the perfect assist. Abam comes back into the starting 11 and gives the coach valuable reason as to why she's starting this evening.
And so the starting and the smiling team there. Look at the turn, beautifully laid for Michaela Bam. She just turned well with a left foot, palm, and that's it. Could have done better, Jabrani. She simply couldn't have. And so Michaela Bam, Houston Dash Lady, and former Paris FC and Real Betis, made a senior international debut back in November 2018 versus Zambia, scoring twice and helped West Virginia Mountaineers win 2016 NCAA championship game. And she scored the only goal in the semi-final versus North Carolina as well. And she's here and has scored. I tell you what, she scored 42 goals and earned 16 assists, scored equalizer against Washington Spirit. So there's plenty. Well, the VAR is going to look at this, but that's going to be offside or otherwise. But I tell you what, Michaela Bam will be hoping it goes in to add to the tally of goals she scored.
This would be a great start for the Cameroonians, considering that they are indeed under pressure to making it through in the group. But it was a really slight margin of that offside. I hope Abam was able to hold her line to just break that offside line.
When you take a look at the record back in the US, 42 goals and 16 assists. So I'm surprised that she's been able to put a lovely form to work tonight.
I'm sure she's been itching to get on the score sheet, and what a way it would be if it is that the goal stands. But yet again, just looking at how well the Cameroonians orchestrated the goal. Yanko, who I thought in the previous game really struggled with getting those quick passes moving through. This time around, she takes two touches on the ball, locates Njoya, who now is drifting in the central of that striking force. I think she's quite deadly in that role.
Well, a change came from former Lorient player and now playing for Kazakhstan, Catherine Begono, to sit out and go with the three back. There were concerns as to whether it's going to work out, but it appears there is some bit of a waiting team. What's going to happen with this particular game, and seeing Cameroon lead here. But again, VAR would have to tell us whether it is an offside or not, or whether it is a goal. There'll be questions to be asked. Still looking forward. There'll be a moment there for Abami's birthday to be in her shoes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it was a well-taken goal from Abam. Striker's instinct, yet again, Ben. You control it with your right foot and have the ability to finish with your left. I think that was really very well tucked in.
Again, VAR confirming. It's been given. Ingon Belek turns well. And again, she's been the one you look out for with this drive. And certainly was going to give something special there for the indomitable Lionesses. They would have loved for this ball to hit the back of the net. I tell you what, it was a lovely and exciting effort there. Sometimes you say nearly, but nearly never kills a bird. Great effort from Janet Yango. Well, they haven't found any space there, allowing the Cameroonians to always take advantage with Ajara drifting into the left-hand side, occasionally trying to get things done with Nguena. And Ajara again, a little bit of twists and turns. So we're doing 3 minutes of added time in the first 45 minutes, still being the Cameroonians looking to get a second before half-time. Go Belek was a target there. Gog trying to chase this one. Ouch picks up the pieces there for Tunisia.
Great interception from Gog. But I think my fair summation of the half, Cameroon really starting out guns blazing and making sure that they get the much crucial goal to put them ahead. But to compliment the Tunisians as well, just for resisting and just sticking to their organization defensively and making sure that the score doesn't really double or triple. And I think then this still gives them a lifeline to come back in the second half.
Well, you can see the despair there by the Tunisian coach. Again, the nudge came in there from Lamptey, who felt that she wasn't guilty of that decision, which has gone against the Carthage Eagles. It's still a Johnson. Drift the ball to a counterpart in the heart of defense. Awuna. Tell you what, things are shaping up for the Zambians, who are leading Togo by 3-1.
This is really putting a lot of pressure now on the Cameroonians, and with the number of opportunities that they've had in this first half, they should be at least 3 goals up, just to make things a lot more interesting up there, as Gabriel again draws a foul in a very critical area, and hopefully they can maximize on this opportunity just before the break of half-time.
But just before the break, it's a last-ditch attempt there by the Cameroonians to see if they can't get a second before the break. Well, the fans still charged and trying to get a team to find a way to make it 2-0, because the story that's coming through in the other group game indicates that Zambia really having a field day against the Togolese, who seem to be the whipping the team in this particular group, except to say the very first point was gained against the indomitable Lionesses, which of course was celebrated by the Togolese as though they have won the tournament already. It's a free kick here, lifted into the far post and welcomed and well collected there by the Tunisian goalkeeper. She sends the ball deep into the right-hand side. Well, so that would sum up the performance of the indomitable Lionesses in the first 45 minutes. They did have to come out pretty hard, and when the Mikel Abam's first goal of the tournament came in for them, it was all but settled and expected at least we could have a second before the break. But now at half-time, it is still Cameroon 1, Tunisia 0.
The queens of the continent will gather for the beautiful game in Morocco. Banyana aim to make their presence felt. The fight to be crowned will be an enduring one, but Banyana have their battle plan ready. Mzansi, it's time to be part of something beautiful. Together, #we will witness Banyana rise to glory. Catch the 2022 Women Africa Cup of Nations Morocco live on SABC Sport channels and SABC radio stations, proudly brought to you by SABC Sport.
Commemorate Mandela Month with us on SABC.